This is the Truth Frequency Radio Network. TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning, TFR.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the planet. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Thank God it's Friday.
It's Friday, my dudes.
I'm starting off fresh, and I feel good. I look good. I smells good.
Happy Friday, my friend. Happy Friday, my friend.
Jesus. And welcome to the Ironworx right here, Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. Josh, Walt, Zack hanging out with you this morning, and it's a happy Friday, my dudes. How you guys doing?
We're good. Rizzo says good morning. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. Huh. See me. Tell them, hey. Oh, she knows she don't want to be up here.
Well, when you're the leader of the Pink Ladies, you do what the fuck you want.
She definitely does. Good morning, all. I'm here. Sorta.
Yeah, I'm sort of here myself.
It's Zach's fault. No. One more gun.
Can we at least agree on whose fault it's not?
It's not Josh's fault. Yeah. Josh is innocent. But yeah.
Walter, you had a badass appearance on Wednesday over there on the Mellow Dome, talking a little bit of life after death with Austin and James and Bob. That was good
I
stuff.
had a blast over there. That was amazing. You guys, you would think you get tired of talking about stuff or hearing about it or whatever, but yeah, you guys were all there. Thank y'all for being there, and the conversation just went everywhere. So, and it's early. I'm still waking up, but when I get more awake, I'm sure I'll have more to say about it. But I had a blast, guys. It was amazing, truly. And James and Austin are some of the, they're just crushing it since they've hit the scene, my brothers. And yeah, definitely had a blast. And sent it off to some people I know that, something I'm not usually talking about, I guess. I don't know, just they're, they assume all we ever sit around is go, oh, he is flat. He is flat. Y'all know it's flat. He is flat. I guess that's all they think we talk about here. So I like to show that we do cover other topics in this community that are very important and, kind of integral to what we're doing here. So we'll see how it is responded to by some of the family and friends who again, haven't really dove in deep yet to some of the output that this community has. So anyway, Cat's about to knock everything down. If it happens and I suddenly start cussing, it's not you guys, it's her.
Yeah, I've listened to you and Bob both talk about this topic already quite a bit, and I thought it was an amazing show. Never once did you lose my attention or anything like that. That was.
And could have kept going. Like, I think it was, 2 hours, 2.5, and we could have easily gone for another, like we do here, never stop. We could have easily done that. I haven't made it over to chat yet. I'm working on it. I just got it open. So I was having, I don't know, something was locking me up.
It's a punctual Friday for a few of us. I see Dan Morris in chat. I see Big Pine Sailing there in chat. Zombie Snoop Liz on a plane. Ben Flat. I'm just kind of rambling through. I could probably scroll up and make sure I don't miss anybody. Sherry Ives. Yeah, I think that about knocks them all out. Sweet. It's nice, quiet.
Oh, wow. Thank you, guys. I'm seeing the compliments there in chat. I appreciate the hell out of it. And nothing but just talking about stuff that we're all interested in. Nothing like, when I pull out my guitar, then I'll impress y'all. I'm kidding. It won't be impressive at all. They'll be like, oh, go back, talk about death some more.
Well, so how was the week, Josh?
It's been quiet.
Anything exciting?
I don't think so. I mean, there could have been something really fucking exciting, and I'm just not thinking about it. We'll have forgotten. The way you miss people in chat or things like that. That's sort of the way I go through life. I don't think there was anything too particularly exciting. But I might be wrong. I don't know. It's been quiet as far as I know. Why? What did you hear?
What did I hear? No, nothing. Just asking. I know how Walter's went for the most part. We played some video games. I've been thinking a lot about, physics nonsense and stuff, whatnot. I've been trying to come up with a way to explain what the ether is.
Good luck.
Yeah. And I had the analogy, it's like the canvas of a painting. You never see it after the painting's done. You just see a bunch of paint all mixed together, and it makes a pretty picture. But the canvas is to me, that's like the ether. It's there before the paint. It's there before the paint got all mixed up and made the beautiful picture. But you can't see it. It's there. You can't. It's like that background. It's like the electric field, except we can manipulate the electric field into discharging. So we know that it's there. This, we haven't figured out how to manipulate it to create matter. But I've been thinking, and that was the analogy I gave Austin to talk about to try to help explain it to people. Now I got a little different in my head. So, okay. In the beginning, the earth was void of form, and all was darkness fell and blah, blah. Remember the beginning of the Bible, that book? Well, that was void of form. There was nothing, but it was there. That was the ether. Ether at its original state is nothing. And then once God spoke and made all these frequencies and these resonant frequency waves and resonated everything into existence, then that's, the ether being disturbed, perturbed. Now, what Mother Nature does, or entropy, or whatever you want to call it, it tries to stop that from happening. Mother Nature is, it's stopping. Mother Nature is creating entropy. It's creating death. It's trying to make all the charges in this place neutral. Now, you guys getting a feedback?
I'm sorry?
Are you getting a feedback? I was hearing myself.
I was too. I was hearing you echo.
I didn't get any echo, but I watched my camera turn off and turn back on. So mine was visual, not audio, but that's weird.
Hi, handlers. How y'all doing this morning?
But yeah, so the ether was there. That was like God's canvas. And we are the paint. Everything here is the paint. The dirt, the rocks, the birds, the air, the water. It's all paint. The ether was here first. Now, Mother Nature is trying to get the ether back to its original state through entropy, and, that's what it does. It's just pressure mediation, high pressure to low pressure. In your body, you have to keep consuming chemicals to keep these chemical reactions going so entropy doesn't take place. That's what death is. Your charge becomes neutral, at least in meat suit.
What the fuck?
They're not liking to talk about this. Maybe I'll just shut up and talk about something else, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I was thinking, that,
What is going on?
The ether is the canvas. Now, Ken Wheeler likes to say that, Mother Nature, the pressure mediation is just a hippie chick trying to get everything to get along, and bells on her shoes, and, flowers in her hair. Once I had this thought, that went out the window. Mother Nature is not some sweet hippie chick. Mother Nature is riding her white horse and carrying like a flaming sword, in my opinion. Mother Nature will never be at rest until every charge in this place is neutral and the ether is returned to its original state. That's what nature's trying to do. Destroy everything. And by living, we're, by just being here, we're at war with Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Mother Nature's not, like the essence of Mother Nature. You know me, I love nature. This doesn't mean I don't like trees anymore or anything like that, but Mother Nature, what it actually does, its like main purpose is to destroy. So yeah, I don't see Mother Nature as a hippie chick no more. It's riding a white horse, carrying a sword, and yeah. But that's what I've been thinking about the last couple of days. Like, how do you explain the ether?
How do you solve a problem like the ether? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down?
Happy Friday, my friend.
Indeed.
Yeah, does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's what, in my opinion, that's what pressure mediation is. It's just trying to neutral out every charge. It's trying to get them all equal. Now, it'll never happen. We're creating a charge. Plants are creating a charge. Everything. Rocks create a charge. The air is charged. All this charge is here.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, things that are like disturbing the status quo, and I know that's not the right wording, but that's where we get things that create like the friction, the energy potential, like what is it called? The effect when you take a neodymium magnet and drop it down a copper tube and it slows down. We were playing the game and we saw that weird antiquitech thing swinging back and forth through the field of that turning cube thing, and it made that charge happen every time it passed through it. That idea of the stasis field being disturbed by that, creating this charge. So it works the other way too, not just, I don't know, I'm just dropping this everywhere, but the idea of that stasis is what the steady state, the origin, like you said, the canvas, and anytime that gets messed with in any way, that's where these energies come from, to me anyway. So yeah, I didn't make that sound nearly as eloquent as you did. I'll shut up and drink more coffee.
But yeah, it's just trying to get the, back to its original state where everything was neutral. And if everything is, frequencies and vibrations, and that's how, well, just think about light. It turns off. If light is a particle, where does it go? It just pops into existence and then all of a sudden pops out of existence. That's a perturbation. That's like somebody hitting the top of the water. And the light is the waves going out. Now, once you stop hitting the top of the water, the rings stop forming and the light, stops traveling from the center outward down. The light is no longer here. It's not. But to think it's a particle and all of a sudden it just like appears into nature and then all of a sudden eventually just unappears in nature, it doesn't make sense to me thinking of it that way. Yeah, it's been really eating away at me. How to explain what this background medium is. I mean, Austin does a great job at explaining why it needs to be here. All the implications that would take place if we didn't have this medium. It's kind of like, the dome. Never touched it, never seen it, but there's a preponderance of evidence that it has to exist. For us to have gas pressure down here in this place, there's got to be something stopping it from, leaving this place. It's not something that can be proven. It's not scientific. But, there's a preponderance of evidence saying that it's got to be there. All right, handlers, I'll shut up about this now. So.
I barely do. My goodness. 17 Joy in chat just asked, isn't Ether Gen Realm Tech? I mean, I don't
see it as tech at all. I see it as, like the one piece Lego, the one nub Lego. Look.
Oh, I am so sorry.
So that's actually somebody that I follow on Instagram. Zombie Snoop actually follows as well. But this guy builds these giant Tauruses. And I say giant, it's like the size of a basketball maybe. But it's really crazy watching some of the stuff that they're building out there. iPyramids is the name of the company. If you get a second, go check them out. It's really, really crazy stuff with what they're building with the Tauruses and a bunch of other stuff. It's extremely overpriced. Well, I say overpriced. It may not be overpriced at all, but like $4,000 for one, which hell, maybe that's what the cost is. I don't know, but more money than I'm willing to invest into one. As cool as it looks and as cool as the stuff that they're showing is. Yeah, everybody go check out iPyramids. I think I saw them on Facebook. and went and found. I'm like, oh man, that's really cool. That I got all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah,
and then somebody shared it with me over on Instagram. I'm like, oh, isn't that a coincidence?
And then you shared it with me, and I played it on the air. So I just was wondering who sent me a message this early in the morning. So I was opening it up. Surprise! What? On a plane, throwing out some epic lyrics in the chat. I'm not even going to let y'all know what they are. Why would I do that? That would be spoiling the surprise. No,
I read that.
It's Rush, The Trees.
Is that 80s rock? 70s rock?
It's 80s rock, 80s story songs. Some of my favorite songs.
I know all that stuff. I was alive, but I was little.
Yeah, but stuff like this is worth going back to. If you've never sat down with headphones, a big fat bowl, and hemispheres, then yeah, guy, that's a journey I envy the first time. The whole side one tells the story of what we're talking about, mankind here and all the unity with nature, and then here comes technology fucking it up for everybody. And ultimately, we need to get back to nature. That's basically the cycle of hemispheres. It's an amazing story. But then you flip it over and you get stuff like The Trees that we have here in chat. I see you on a plane. Wow, now I'm getting echoed and handled. Handle it, Roy, handle it.
I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah. I'll sing. There is trouble in the forest. I'll stop.
Just check. We got about 4 minutes before we hit the end of this first segment here in the Ironworks.
All right.
Yeah.
Looks like hurricane season's starting up there.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand Dan Morris's special big message here. Go right ahead.
I was just saying, I see hurricane season starting.
There was one? No. Yeah, that's just part of my life now. That's life here. I don't even think about season starting. The only time I think about hurricanes is when it's time to pack my shit and leave, or batten down and ride it out. That's really how you have to live here. Kind of like living in a, I guess, a earthquake zone. You know, you're just ready for shit to happen and unconsciously ready for it and hoping it don't. And so, but yeah, it is that time of year. Without a deal. Apparently, Zombie Snoop just looked on IG. I guess that's Instagram. Search for I Pyramid, but only result came back was Pyramid. I said, no, it's I as in me. The letter I.
The letter I. Pyramid. It might.
I can't link this to you guys. It's on my phone. Maybe Josh can throw it at us somehow easier than I could.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely. Wow, I saw your. Dude, what is going on? Like, really, something's bad here. I don't know what's going on. Your snap camera image just popped up onto you. Not the image, but the symbol for snap camera just came up on you. What the fuck?
I have no idea. It's been doing that all morning long. You guys get echoes. That's what I get.
And you're getting the cameras. Okay. Frustrating. Anyway, sorry, guys. Our apologies for our handler. They must be new on the job. They're getting the training right now. Like, you don't hit that right now because then they know we're here this early and it messes up their echo. Yeah, don't hit that. Don't hit that.
That's what it is. It's on the job training.
So it looks like what I was being notified about there by Dan Morris is that JWT, shout out JWT, took its first picture of an exoplanet. Apparently, there was one. I have that story. Actually, I think I dropped it there in the thing, didn't I? Or if I didn't, it's only because I'm sick of hearing about the James Webb Telescope. But I may not have, actually, now that I am looking. Nope, I did not drop that story. Thank you for reminding me about it, Danny. All right. Did you drop it, maybe? No, nobody dropped it. Drop it for us there in the chat, sir, if you don't mind, and I'll describe it to the folks. After the break, it's just about to knock us in the head here.
I did manage to drop that link to the Instagram post.
Thank you.
For iPyramids.
When I went in to put my Ether title on my word counter thing, I see a question from Wednesday's show that Mike Stellan had asked, and it's actually an interesting question that I intended on discussing that day, but, we got sidetracked. So I'll bring that up, sorry, after this first break. Yeah, after this break, I'm trying to get to the actual vault. Sorry,
I'm just trying to wait for the 30 seconds for the music to start.
Okay.
Yeah, we're that close. It is the end of the first half of the first half.
Yes, I finally got. There we go. And there's more echo.
I don't know. I came in and my camera wasn't working, or my microphone wasn't working again. That's why Zach couldn't get in, because as soon as I started, I checked my mic and thought, oh, look, they still are fucking with it. So I had to go shut everything down and restart my whole computer again.
There you go.
I don't know.
See you there, Tom, over there on the Rock Band. Good morning, sir. Thank you guys for holding it down on Rock Band for us, y'all. You, Andrew, there's others that my brain just won't wake up enough to say them. So we'll get there. I'll see you guys. I know you're there. It's Ironworx, believe it or not. Believe it or not.
Don't mistake movement for achievement. Boy, it's easy to get faked out by being busy. The key is not just being busy. The key is doing what? So we look at results to see if there may be some difficulty with activity, because it takes activity to bring enterprise into being. There's a whole study here on activity. Activity is like birth pains. It ain't easy, but see, it wasn't meant to be easy. Values were meant to be costly. The only way we can appreciate a value is by its cost. If it doesn't cost much, we probably wouldn't call it valuable. True winning is a great worth, but the price is to play with all your heart and mind, and perhaps do some losing sometimes, so that when you do win, boy, the worth and the value of the winning now becomes a high appreciation, simply because now we understand both sides of this equation, price and promise.
Hey everyone, it's Chris Gio, founder of Truth Frequency Radio and host of Beyond the Veil. The mainstream media and establishment are running scared right now, and they've prominently featured truthfrequencyradio.com as number 89 on the federal government's hit list, also known as the fake news list, which is essentially a list of sites slated for censorship on Facebook, YouTube, Google, and other social media. Now is the time for you to get involved. Share your favorite TFR shows far and wide on forums and social media. Tell your friends and family about your favorite shows. If you're a business owner, get in touch with us to feature your product or service right here on TFR. And if you haven't done so already, become a TFR supporter now and get unlimited commercial-free downloads in high quality. Visit truthfrequencyradio.com/sign-up. Thank you for making TFR the leader in independent and uncensored talk radio. Truth Frequency Radio, your protection from deception.
We exist in the security and comfort of our worlds. Paved paths, lights, and manicured lawns give us peace of mind that our world has been tamed, and we are its master. But other worlds exist on the edge of our sight. On the edge of our awareness, the shadows move. The woods fill with the unblinking eyes of the nightmares our ancestors warned us about. Some of us have stumbled into these forgotten realms, whether on purpose or completely by surprise. I'm Brent Thomas. Join us on the Paranormal Portal Friday and Saturday nights from 10 p.m. to midnight Pacific Standard Time as we journey into the world of the paranormal phenomena.
Answer the Paranormal Portal if you dare.
No hate, No hype, no fear. We are TFR, your protection from deception.
Welcome back.
Okay. Good morning. Welcome back, as you say.
So is AI generated pictures? Is that
you're breaking up, sir?
How about now?
Okay.
Okay. Is AI art? Art?
I cannot answer that because I don't know what art is. I just know what I like. No, nobody. Okay. Anyway, apparently, an AI generated artwork won first place at the State Fair Fine Arts Competition. Colorado State Fair, Jason Allen's AI generated work, Theater de Opera Spatiale, took first place, in the digital category at the Colorado State Fair.
That category, digital arts, digitally manipulated photography category.
Uh-huh.
So it was, that's what the category was. It wasn't
to me, it's just as valid as throwing a picture into like the auto whatever of the little editors, and it spins it around and turns out a beautifully, perfectly rendered picture that you didn't take. To me, that's as much cheating at art as. So I used to do photography, and to find that perfect lineup, that perfect composition, and then to perfectly frickin' develop it yourself, and you adjust the tones and that's art. You're working and doing, and you're creating the thing. Pushing a few buttons, and the computer does it for you. Is the computer did it, and so the computer should then get the prize.
Well, I think that's the thing.
But I knew which buttons to push, and I knew how to manipulate it, and I know how. Yeah, and you're probably better at it than I am. I have this night cafe thing, and it makes my pictures look really pretty. So I think it's crap that the person won and got the prize, but that's just me. Sorry, I'm over talking you because I can't hear you, Zach. I'm sorry.
Is that art, taking picture on a camera?
Fucking A. Art composing a photograph that evokes something by juxtaposition, by composition, by all of those things. That is an art. That's what photography is to capture. Okay, so taking pictures is not photography. Taking pictures is, I took some pictures. Photography is creating a piece of emotion through what you've composed within that camera frame, usually through juxtaposition of two things that are totally, on opposite ends of emotional spectrum. Again, I took photography for many years, had some great stuff that I was really proud of. I'll see if I can dig any of those old up. It's all on like little tiny things you print out on strip. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, yeah, it's a whole thing to me. Again, that was in the late 80s, early 90s when I was doing all that. And again, it was literal darkroom chemicals. You created the photograph. You created it from start to finish. You composed it, you took it, you developed it. And that was it. That was a work, not taking pictures. Taking pictures is recording something that happened for future reference to me. It's two different worlds. But again, somebody could argue that it's art to compose the digital scale and whatever choices you made. And I get that. There were choices made. And I mean, when it comes down to it, thinking can be art. I mean, there's an art to thinking creatively. There's an art to thinking outside the box. There's an art to using your brain for something besides an input delivery system. Wow, mini rant. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, taking a picture, believe me, I've taken the same picture.
And you should know, dude, you have it. And it's something that's in you. It's in you, that ability to see something and capture that emotion that impacted you when you saw it.
Yeah, when
Just
you take the picture,
it's not the same,
you can see, what you want to take that picture of. That's why I say I've taken the same picture 50 times, but only one of them was that picture that I wanted. The picture of this flower with this bug crawling on it or this or that. I've taken the picture, and erased hundreds. But that one was just right. The bug was just right. The lighting was just right. And I was like, okay, that's a picture worth taking. I mean, you've seen me go through my picture and be like, no, that's crap. That's crap. And just start erasing them. And you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, nope, no, that wasn't how I wanted it to look. So, yeah, I get it. But, yeah, some people say that that's not art, that, when photography came around, it was considered destroying the arts because, it takes so long to do this and you're just coming up and pushing a button and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Sherry Ives knows what I'm talking about the dark room in high school. What's up, girl? Anyway.
What happened to the whole journalism thing here? I was reading through this article and blah, 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 fairness element. And then some Twitter users have reportedly contacted the judges and discovered that they didn't know. Okay. Why didn't you contact the judges? Not heard somebody on Twitter say that they contacted the judges and the judges didn't know about it. Call the frickin' judges. You're a reporter. That's what reporters do. I mean, our whole media is a joke. And it seems like they don't even half-ass it anymore. They jump on Twitter and see something, and then they put it in a frickin' article. Like, that's actual news.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a whole different thing there. Clickbait and all that
People
shit.
on Twitter see it, doesn't make it, you got it from 3 sources, or whatever it is. Blah, blah, blah. Their rule of thumb that they have. Call the frickin' judges. Email, text. I mean, they've made it so easy for journalists to get a hold of people nowadays. It's infuriating.
Well, I think the simple solution is just create a new fucking category of AI generated fucking art and move on with our day, because this happens. This is inevitable, as you said, when photography became a thing. Oh, artists, painters, etc. When motion pictures became a thing, photographers, oh, my art. Anytime there's an advance of technology that moves things creatively forward, that causes the old school to get their panties in a wad. And that is just part of life, If there's anybody who hates change for change's sake, it is me. Oh, my God. But I've jumped on board the old AI art bandwagon just like everyone else. Thanks, Josh. In fact, I made some really bizarre ones here this last few hours after just something hit me. I was like, wow, let me put a phrase that it means something in here and see what happens. And so I'll show it to you here in a few minutes. But yeah, I just create a new frickin' here. Let me pull those up while I'm saying that. Create a new category. Long story short.
We have Robert Klotz in chat pressuring you, Walt, to plug in your guitar and jam out there at 4:45 in the morning.
Don't think that's going to happen at 4:40 in the morning there, but I'll make another video and put it up. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and then I learn a new song and get sidetracked. Here, let me show y'all some weird shit real quick. I know it's a video show. I mean, a radio show.
If Walt did that, you all would meet the dark side of show.
You ain't never lying. So this is the lyrics from AC/DC. You shook me all night long. Just that phrase. This is what it turned back. And again, this is selected with no art style. Like I didn't go use somebody's style that's weird and creepy and fucking twisted. I just put the phrase in, gave it a size, gave it a resolution, turned it loose, and this is what I got back from the AI. I'll use this picture in the show description for those of you not near a video output monitor type device. Moving forward, this is We Will Rock You. This one makes a little more sense. Then I thought, I know a song that might have some interesting results, so I put in We Are Awake. And I got these fucking things back.
Looks like those little meme creatures. Those little hand-drawn faces.
Wait, what?
You ever seen those little hand-drawn memes?
Like NPC image thing? No, these are grays. These are, if you've not, let me introduce you to the grays, Josh. These are called grays. These are fucking grays.
I mean, they are gray.
No, they're grays. These are grays. Trust me, I've dealt with them often. And then this is We Are Aware. And again, I didn't choose an art style. I just put this in it. But it's very interesting that the We Are Aware turned back this weird little earthy little area in the middle left, right where you start composition for a photograph. A little earthy, weird place that I didn't say anything about Earth or whatever. Now, I've put that in before as my prompts. And so I'm sure this thing is somehow picking up my shit and throwing it back into the mix so that it gives me what I am looking for, quote unquote. But I didn't put big, black-eyed, weird creature at any point in any of these fucking descriptions. It's just interesting the AI keeps choosing to show us these twisted, dark, fucking images. But I digress. Anyway, AI art is really nuts and it's fun. And if you have a way to play with it, I definitely recommend it. Okay, wait, what? I'm just trying to catch up in chat. All right. I saw a question. I'm sorry, I'm taking a left turn, Zach. I apologize, but I want to get to this because it's going to get left, and I want to talk about it. Wednesday over there on the Melodome. Go check it out if you didn't. But Mike Stellium7 there in chat, our good buddy, had a question. And he was asking, because we were speaking a bit about, I think, our life paths and some of our psychedelic experiences that kind of led us to, seeing what might be on the other side, etc. Go listen to the show. It was amazing. Stellium asked, could the guests discuss their thoughts on why the intelligence agencies have had such an interest in driving people to the psychedelic experience? And Mike and everyone else here, he may not even be listening. In fact, I think he's going live today if I saw correctly. Anyway, I think it's that whole thing of kind of like the internet. They knew that it could be used as a tool against them, but the bigger scheme of things, it would distract the fuck out of people for many hours and keep them away from nature. How many people do you actually know? I mean, this group is probably not the right one to pose this question to, but in a generic subset of the population, if you ask this question, let's say that. How many people do you know that actually take psychedelics and experience them properly? It's not even half the people that I knew growing up. It was usually maybe a third of us, maybe even a quarter of us that wanted to go sit out in nature and meditate on the stars and become one with the universe rather than, hey, I know, we're tripping, let's go play goofy golf. Most people were like ready to watch some silly shit on TV for hours on end and laugh. And I get it. I love silly shit. I love laughing. But I would have rather, and I did, step outside and watch the stars dance and sing to me than to watch, some animated silly show or some weird, twisted animation made to, be weird and twisted, or whatever the case is that people are usually drawing. Music is another one. Music on psychedelics can be phenomenal, but as we know from the agencies that were involved in the music industry and from all the dark, evil shit that's twisted into the music industry, that to sit down and pump that shit into your head while you're psychedelically open to new ideas is probably not the best idea ever. So for them to put these things out there for us to gravitate towards, that are then filled with all the programming they want us to be filled with, while we're in a state that opens us up to, God, essentially, I think that has a lot to do with why those agencies tend to push those things in our direction. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Anyone else?
No, it's sort of like the foundation, I think, almost. They've I don't know. Think about all of those late 60s into the 70s hippies and the changes they were going to make, the revolution they were pushing, sort of a spiritual revolution. And so much of that was sort of guided by the CIA and that hippie psychedelic movement. But I think that LSD was like the reins on a horse. I mean, the horse is going to go regardless, but if you can get the reins on him, now the horse is going to go where you tell it and where you guide it. And I think that's really all it was. And it made it a real easy way to demonize it too, because if you push it out there and then you tell people, oh, look, you take this thing, LSD, and you're going to think that you can fly. You will have no control over your brain or your body or your actions. And because you think you can fly, you're going to feel compelled to jump off the roof of a building, right out of a hotel window, and fall to your death because you're crazy. Like the Russian oligarchs, all the big Russian oil company people that have been trying to fly out of windows over the last couple of months.
Right. Stress do that to you, make you want to fly.
Stress and all sorts of stuff. But I think that's what it is. I think it was more of the reins for the people that were in that lifestyle. And then for the people that weren't, for all the straight edge, short hairs, it was just an easy way to demonize the long hairs. And a way to then guide the long hairs to go from hippies to yuppies in just a matter of about 10, 15 years.
I see Big Pine Sailing Eric had answered Mike in the chat, and I saw your answer there in chat, saying that it could be that in a bad setting, it can be a detrimental thing, allowing demons in. And definitely, anytime there's a chink that you've escaped out of the avatar and gone and explored out into your whatever astral self, then there's a little opening there that other things can slip into if you don't know how to leave the right kind of protection behind. Which reminds me, I saw you, Zom. I saw your question in chat. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about on Wednesday, and the entities that exist with us, and that there is a group of them that kind of go by a reptilian title, and that seem to have technology of a holographic nature that can project humanity forward for them to be, able to pass. And what am I getting here? Okay, sorry, something was blinking. It's basically, he asked what there's a series of phrases you can speak that will allow you to see through that technology and see these things. Well, here's the problem with that, Zom. Just like when you became aware and awake and started opening your mind to some different ideas, and suddenly, nightmares, evil attacks at night, and things happening to people around you in your life because of your awareness shifting. And it's just the same idea there. That's kind of why when my son and I were practicing this technique of opening ourselves up to seeing these things around us, it became a practice we quickly stopped because we realized that they're fucking everywhere. And it can really overcome you. It really can get a little scary when you look around and see, things that aren't human all over the fucking place. But then you get empowered and you realize it doesn't matter, that we're going to win and all that. But I don't want to give that tech out. I don't mean that phrase out, that tech, whatever. I'll drop some links. I'll point you in the right direction. I don't want to do it. I apologize. It's just something I felt like the person who gave this info out did it very flippantly, like, here, go do this. And then when we did, it was it wasn't a good time. It wasn't a good time. So there's a channel out there that really deals with this very topic a lot. It's called Kaninigan. I can't spell it right now, but I'll try to find it and drop it in chat. This isn't the channel where I got that information. The information that word is not able to be spoken by these reptilians, according to the Emerald Tablets of Tot. This word can't be spoken by these fuckers. They can't say the word, and if you try to make them say it, it will also reveal that. But it's a little more difficult to just work the word Kaninigan into a conversation.
Is that why it's in that song? And then again, begin again.
I don't know the song offhand.
Then again, he grew whiskers on his chin again. They fell off, but then grew in again. Poor old Michael. Then again, the end again. Nope, they don't say kin again. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know that one. That's a new one for me. But, yeah. Let's just be careful. I mean, that's really what it takes is care and discernment and knowing yourself, knowing your power, knowing your center, knowing your protective techniques. I mean, again, I send the How to Fight Monsters and Win out all the time, and it's really as simple as meditation, putting that heart chakra, green energy power around you and the ones you love, and they can't do anything. They can't do anything. All they have is fear, and that is their biggest weapon, is fucking fear.
You were talking, or you guys were talking about
physically attacking us and rip us apart. There'd be a fucking bloodbath every day, everywhere you look. That's what they would do, but that's not what. They're not after blood, guts, and gore. They're after your loose. They're after your fucking negative energy. That they do everything in their power to create a fucking culture that just creates that energy all day long. So I'm sorry, Zach. Go ahead. I'm just pumped up and all.
Shit. Oh, okay. Talking about how we see things when we take these hallucinogens, these mind-altering chemicals. Well, if you look at your eyes when you're on these substances, your pupils are enormous.
Oh, right. Absolutely.
So you're seeing things. It's not like you're seeing things that aren't normally there. You're looking at the world with a totally different aperture now.
Mm-hmm.
Letting lights in and frequencies in that normally would never come into your eye because your pupil regulates all that. It keeps all that extra stuff out. But now your pupil, you don't have control over. Your subconscious no longer has control over your pupil. It's wide open and letting all that information in. So now you're allowed to see things that normally you wouldn't see. And that actually goes into the physics of how we see. The bigger the aperture or pupil, the further you can see. That's just how it works.
I was, just real quick, I was dropping off a package last night to my old florist. And I walked in and he was watching that little dude, Joe Rogan. And Joe's guest was Mark Zuckerberg. And he's got it on the big screen and, there's Joe, and not a big fan of the show one way or the other. But I'm looking at Mark. I'm like, Jesus, that dude just looks fucking weird. We've all seen silly, like, look like a robot or like a reptilian, but I mean, this was untouched. It was just him sitting there in studio with Joe Rogan talking, like, what is it about this dude that just looks so off right now? And I'm looking at it, and his pupils were fucking blown. Like it was just two big, black, dark pits.
I've noticed it about Zuck many times, dude. His fucking eyes are solid black sometimes. You're right. Absolutely.
So I wonder if he doesn't microdose, but mega doses, and he just fucking stays high. I don't know.
I thought the same thing. I bet he microdoses because that's what they do, you know, in the business world. And again, who would use a psychedelic for business? This is kind of what I was speaking about earlier, about them directing it into the bad places. So anyway, go ahead.
No, that was it. It was just one of those things, because I know I've seen my pupils just blown out like that too. But when I saw it, I'm like, there's no way. I mean, if you look at Joe, he's sweating, right? He's got those studio lights. It's fucking hot. There's electronics, computers, fucking all that shit in there. It makes it hot in the studio.
Yeah, but he's just a sweaty, greasy fucking dude anyway.
He is, but he was sweaty and greasy. But Mark was just cool as a cucumber with those eyes, those pupils blown out. Now with all that light, like mine, if I've got a big bounce
light
right there.
Got the SJ3 cooling system in place, not the SJ1.
Right?
SJ3 cooling system, buddy.
Something. 4 or 5 fans blowing out his eyeballs. I don't know what the fuck, but yeah, he just looked weird as shit. And that's what it was. Check out Mark Zuckerberg next time you see him and see if you can find regular looking pupils in his eyeballs. I have yet to see it. And by the sound of that music, that means we are at the end of the second half of the first half right here on the Ironworx Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. Stick around. We got a whole lot more coming up on the other side for hour number 2. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ella, and I'm 10 years old.
Drink.
I'm one of the millions of children born to parents suffering from the sheeple virus. Symptoms include the inability to think for oneself, the attention span of a goldfish, and a strong belief in government and the mainstream media. It is estimated that 1 out of every 2 children are being raised by parents infected with the sheeple virus. But there is a cure. For as little as 19 cents per day, you can become a TFR supporter and help children like me get their daily dose of truth. Together, we will make sure every child has protection from deception.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lisa.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
This is a major cheat. This is a major cheat.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
Here, the people rule.
We were winning everything, and all of a sudden it was just called off. We have so many. We had such a big night, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight.
We, the people, will not be silenced. We, the people, will not be bullied. We, the people, will not surrender. We'll come together. We have to stop treating our opponents as enemies.
They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
And now, every vote must be counted.
They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
When the count is finished, we will be the winners.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
This is a major cheat. This is a major cheat.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
Here, the people rule. Every vote must be counted. I'm not here to declare that we've won.
We were getting ready to win this election.
Every vote must be counted. We will be the winners.
We were getting ready for a big celebration.
It'll be time for us to do what we've always done. Put the campaign behind it. Lower the temperature.
These aren't even close. It's not like, what happened? And then they said, they can't catch us. They can't catch us.
And now, every vote must be counted.
They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
When the count is finished, we will be the winners.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
No one's going to take our democracy away from us.
This is a fraud. This is.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
We are TFR. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Happy Friday, my friend.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on The Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And welcome back to the first half of the second half of the Ironworx, right here, Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. We are on YouTube, Rockfin, DLive Odyssey, Facebook, Twitter. We're places.
We're here. We're there. We're yonder. That's all you need. Here, there, and yonder. And you're covered.
As long as you got yonder, you're set.
Have you guys noticed? I haven't
What?
I haven't had an asteroid warning for like a week and a half.
It's because you didn't check your space letters.
Yeah, you're just not paying attention. I've seen 4 this week.
And they stacked them up.
Sending me space stuff now all of a sudden. Like when I just go into Google Chrome, I used to get like 10 out of the 15 articles were space related.
Right.
Now they're sending me sports stuff all of a sudden. It's like, what?
It heard you talking about something one day and did that. That happens to me too. I'll not even look up something. I'll just say something and suddenly I've got 5 stories about it in my feed, even though I haven't looked it up to encourage that in my feed or clicked on it to encourage it in my feed.
Yeah, I haven't watched sports in years. I mean, years. I haven't searched sports. I mean, I searched
right.
like that, but to go watch some old fights, but that's it. And I never get anything in boxing, very rarely, but dude,
no, that's crazy.
I got like 5 or 6 football articles. It's like, why are you showing me football stuff? Yeah, it's weird. Just this last few days, it's totally changed for me. They don't want us seeing all their articles anymore. So I was watching this comedian.
Go.
And he was talking about gun violence, right? Gun safety, gun violence in the U.S., blah, 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 blah. And he was looking over statistics. And so with statistics, you can tell any story you want. So he said, on average, it's about 30,000 people a year in the U.S. die from gun. Not so much violence, but, accidents, this and that. 30,000 people a year in this country. You think to yourself, man, that's a lot of people. But is it? Is 30,000 people in this country a lot of people? Just think about it. Everybody in chat, do you think 30,000 people out of 300 plus million is considered too many?
It's relative.
Now, yeah, exactly.
30,000 people would be too many for me, like in chat. If I looked up and saw 30,000 people watching live, that's like way too many. But for YouTube, 30,000 users on the YouTube platform is not nearly enough.
Exactly. Well, he was going through some other statistics about all, how people die. Did you know in this country alone, 40,000 people die from falling down every year? More people die from tripping over their own feet than die from being shot by a gun. So I'm going to ask the question one more time. Is 30,000 people a lot of people? If 40,000 die from falling over their own feet every year, is 30,000 an unacceptable number of deaths that we need to take guns away and blah, 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 blah? It sounds like more people die accidentally on their own, to me, with no help from anybody else, than die from gun violence, if you want to call it that. So see, it depends on who the storyteller is and which numbers they want to use and how dramatic they want to make that number sound. Because 30,000, like Josh said, it's, depends on how you're looking at it. On YouTube, on one channel watching live, 30,000 is a good number. But when you go to the all subscribers on YouTube, 30,000 is not even a drop in the bucket. So yeah, exactly, Brian. Should we ban people walking? Everybody needs to roll around in wheelchairs now. Too many people die from falling. We must think of the children, right? I mean, yeah, so you can tell a story any way you want. You can make the good guy the bad guy the good guy. It all depends on who the storyteller is. But when you listen to a story, it'd be a good idea before you go making any rash decisions or saying things out loud to people that, you care about what their opinion is of you. Do a little research first. Just a little bit. And see how big that number actually is that you were given. Just saying. All right, that's my rant. It's over.
Good rant, Zach.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, shit, I got nothing.
Well, let's start another rant.
Do it.
Okay. My son is 26. It's been a few years since he's been in school. And when he went to school for his, let me think, what year when he started there? Was that third grade? Fourth grade. So from fourth grade until he went to junior high or middle school, or whatever the fuck they call it now, he went to a local charter school, elementary school, because I liked their curricula. They actually were still teaching phonics, and they were way outside of what was being shoved down kids' throats at that time. as much as I wanted to homeschool him full time, the jobs, etc., it just wasn't working out. So I did my best to supplement, the crap he was getting at school with truth and real life and love and everything. And it worked out. He's an amazing man. I am so proud of my child. But the fact that he's been so long out of school and that my grandkids are at a local religious school just due to situations, and it has nothing to do with the religious side of it. It has to do with the school side of it, and et cetera, whatever. So they're outside of the normal quote unquote school shit as well. So I haven't been exposed to school stuff in a while. I know a lot of you in chat have kids. So this little story caught my eye. Boy, that was a long way to get here. Sorry. Apparently, let me just read this headline and then we'll go. Parent gets daughter personalized stationery for school, receives a passive aggressive note from the teacher. So it seems now, and this story, I'll sum it up. Apparently, the thing is now you buy stuff for the class, not just for your kid. Like, apparently, you buy shit for everybody. Now, don't get me wrong. We were requested to buy things for the class at the charter school. In fact, we were encouraged to, give our time as part of the whole thing. Because there wasn't a tuition, they were hoping we would help with all this kind of stuff. So anytime there was an event, we were encouraged to bring extra stuff for everybody, extra drinks, extra chips, extra whatever, plates, whatever. Go to as many, field trips as you can to help supervise and all these things. And I was there. I loved it. It was some of the best time of my life doing those things with my child and his classmates. And so the idea of sharing was great, but the idea of being expected to purchase shit for other people as this is it. And not only that is what my child buys, what I bought for my child is then taken from my child and redistributed like fucking some kind of communist camp or something. It's apparently the thing now, because that's what happened here is they started to take the child's shit from her to distribute it out to the rest of the students, and she had her name on it, so they couldn't do that. And so they got pissed about it. What the fucking fuck? Sorry, this really is in my crawl. I don't believe what's going on. I know school's a joke, it's a fucking mind fuck, and it's a, Prussian mind control camp. I get all that. But yeah, try to take my child's shit. Just try to. Oh, man. All right, I'll stop because I'm really going to get outraged.
That's how you slow roll socialism, don't you know? You just got to contribute. Give it to everybody so we can redistribute it equally. But the teacher, of course, will maintain all of the supplies and distribute them as she sees fit. Maybe not equally per se, but on this very subjective, socialized shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I see you there, Zombie. Zombie's on my side for sure. And then, right, exactly, Brian. There, they make you buy 14 boxes of tissue for school. What the hell's with all the tissue? It's because they're making kids cry. Anyway, and oh my God, yeah. Oh no, we're not. I'm not. I won't. Just fuck that. Fuck that. I could not believe that story when I read it. All right, I'll move on.
Shout out to Andrew B.
All that money. Yep. Walking Axle has it. When every kid gets a trophy, those trophies start adding up and getting expensive. So yeah, they got to spend their money on all these ribbons for participation and trophies for just showing up.
Which, don't get me wrong, that kind of shit was going on when my kids were in school. I mean, I was going through the crap in like an old bedroom here at the house, and I dug up in the back corner, falling down behind the dresser there. It was a 5th place ribbon. I was just looking at it going, really? Really? Okay. All right. Y'all enjoy that.
Congratulations
I
on
don't know who
17th.
died. I don't know if it was Quentin, Haley. I don't know. It probably was Haley. It was in her room, but the way it was down behind the dresser, it could have been anybody that, got cat drugged or whatever. But yeah, when I saw that one, it was just like, epic. My kids are getting it done. Fifth place. No, I'm being silly. It was the school that was making that stupid shit happen. Anyway, go. What were you saying?
I don't know. I have no idea. None. But we do have a pretty good show coming up tonight.
Uh-huh.
An actual guest that we've not had on before.
Actual not had, and actually we should roll out the carpet. I was trying to figure out a way to make a damn promo last night, whatever, and I really didn't have any source material, and I was hoping your AI venture pays off, because I got into my AI and started playing with song lyrics, so I did it.
Big shout out to Angelo in chat saying he's tried to call the TFR line, but it doesn't seem to work. How the hell are we? How the hell are you, Angelo? Hope
What's
everything's
up,
going
Angelo?
well. Hope supply chain issues haven't affected your pocketbook too much.
I know that, brother.
Rose, treat you well, man. Thank you so much for all you do out there. For all the making my life so much easier.
Yep.
Aware of what you do for us.
Yep.
I'm sorry other people aren't so much. But yeah, truck drivers, some of the hardest working people out there. Thank you all so much. I'm throwing up my hand right now, asking for
right.
Yeah,
I'm pulling it. I'm pulling it.
I have family members that have been driving trucks their whole lives, and yeah, it's not an easy job, folks. It's not. And we would be lost without them.
I understand protecting our national borders and sort of the need for having at least a military, right? At least for defensive purposes. And I can understand thanking your military for their service and all that they're doing to, quote unquote, uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, at the borders, blah, 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 blah. I can appreciate that, especially with all of the marketing and mind control and programming there is to bolster those people and attempt to keep driving this military industrial complex. But like Zach said, the ones that are really out there on the actual front lines of domestic peace and tranquility are the fucking truck drivers. Because they're the ones that are making this shit happen. They're the grease that makes all this shit work. Because without them, none of it would. What'd you say, Zach?
I just said, man. People don't realize.
Oh, man. Sorry.
I mean, 3 days, folks. That's all it takes. 3 days.
Huh.
This truck stop running. You don't have food at your grocery store. I mean, empty. We're talking empty. That's not with a rush. Like, oh, the grocery stores are shutting down. Let's go all buy all the toilet paper today. No. Just a normal, everyday day. If the truck stopped running, 3 days, grocery stores are empty. No gasoline, no anything. They're like the most vital part of making this society work.
And 3 days was like a statistic from 5 years ago, if not older, right?
Yeah, probably more like 3 minutes now.
Yeah,
it would take about 3 hours. You give it minutes, I give it hours. Angelo saying, that's awesome, man. Saying, if it wasn't for you, meaning us here at Iron Realm, I'd lose it. You're my Art Bell for 2022. Thank you so much. That is a huge, huge compliment, and I take it to heart. Thank you so much. One of my heroes.
Yep. I think there should be at least a day. Give truckers a day. It really should be a week.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Liz's comment. I used to like riding shotgun in a lorry, Liz tells us. I think I've just opened up a whole new side of Liz, the Iron Maiden. That's awesome, Liz. You rock. Tell them Large Liz sent you.
And when they the
Anybody?
body
Pee Wee Herman? No.
burning wreck, it looked like this.
You
Yeah,
know. He knows.
I knew
There
it.
you go.
I knew large
You knew.
barge. I got the large barge reference.
That's epic.
The thing is, though, truckers can't take a break.
Yeah, they can't.
The day that they should be an appreciation day where, you see a trucker pull up.
Right, instead of Labor Day, Trucker Day.
Yeah, you pay for his coffee and his donut or whatever.
Pay for his gas. Pay for his gas and see what a trucker has to deal with.
Ooh, yeah, you better get a
but then
fucking
I'm like,
loan.
maybe everybody at the station pull together and pay for the gas. Seriously, because that ain't cheap. Filling up those trucks. Man. Yeah. Some of the most underappreciated. I've been thinking about, I'm going to write my book. And I've been thinking about setting up civilization. How would I do it? Without money.
Maintain the population to 300 billion.
Yeah, No, but it's like, okay, so we have, food is free. Everything is free, right? Everything. Now, if you want more exotic stuff, like stuff from other countries, things that are imported, this and that, then there's three systems. There's your, I don't want to do anything. I want to sit around all day and do shit. Hey, there's going to be a lot of those types of people. And you get all the food that you need and you get a place to live, electricity, all the stuff. But you get the, apples, bananas, oranges. You have a smaller selection. The next group of people are the people that work, that do all the certain types of jobs, whatnot. But then that you have and then you get more stuff to choose from. Imported, this and that, blah, 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 blah. They get a little bit of a, pat on the back for doing a job. And then you get the third section that gets top of the line everything. But these are your truck drivers. These aren't politicians no, these are your truck drivers. These are your waste management people. These are garbage collectors, teachers, the people that actually are super important to this place, to, society. Those are the people that get all the best stuff. They get to pick from anything they want. That's my idea. We could get rid of all the stupid accounting and bankers and this and that and all the stuff that has to do with just counting money. All those jobs can go away. We don't need them anymore. And they don't need to be put up on some pedestal for contributing absolutely nothing to society. The people that are actually doing the work should be getting all of the best stuff, in my opinion. And like police, firefighter, there's so many that would be in that top tier. And then and I would say people that have to work with the public. Anybody who has to put up with the public, if you're working at McDonald's and you're the cashier person, you get third tier stuff too. You have to deal with all these people face to face. I think there's a way to do it, is all I'm saying, without money. That would be fair. Everybody could have a place to sleep. Heat in the winter. Food. We throw away more food in this freaking country, enough to feed the whole earth. We throw it away. I'm sorry, I'm getting off. I've been thinking a lot about this lately. Just how would a society run without money? How could you do it? Because you're going to have all these people that just want to sit around on their asses. Shit, there's enough people out there that will work to keep this place running, that want to work. They want a purpose. One of my grandfathers retired because they made him, and then went and got a job at Walmart because he wanted to work. He didn't want to stop working. So there's enough of those types of people out there to keep this place going. The way we're doing stuff is so backwards, in my opinion. But yeah, artists. Everybody could be an artist though now. You go and you do your day's work and this and that, and then you know, there's a lot of fine tuning that I think would need to be done with something like that, but I think it's possible, and I think it's, you know, it would be easier to advance in that type of world. It's not about who you know and, you know, who your uncle is or your dad or blah blah blah. But yeah, I think there's a way. I just think there is. Now getting that even started, I don't even know where to begin. But I think it's possible.
Well, you'd probably need some way to wipe out most of this population. And again, we're going to go right back to fucking Georgia Guidestones. And I was talking to my old florist last night. I guess he saw my Facebook picture, which was me standing in front of the Georgia Guidestones. He said, I didn't realize you'd been to the Georgia Guidestones, and was asking me about them. And I explained that, you know, this is like a post-apocalyptic monument, or was. So for after some big event when the population dwindles, it's instructions for after that. It's not like wipe out all of the current population until you get it down to 300 million. No, it's like maintain it at 300 million for this post-apocalyptic world. There's a whole lot to be said for that, not for nothing. I mean, there's no way to do it, granted, without just complete and total tyranny and control over every human being's autonomy. You don't really control a population by asking nicely. But there's a lot to be said, I think. I don't know. Maybe I just hate traffic. Anyway, stick around. We got the fourth segment coming up right after these messages. We'll see what the hell we can get out. Who knows? Stick around.
When you hear the word attack, the word attack is not you don't feel low, you don't feel high. It's a cut. It's attack. Yeah. Attack means you got a target. Attack. You going to destroy. You going to handle whatever it is you need to handle. So for me, I'm attacking every part of what affects a child's life. So the leaders that are in the school, if they're not exhibiting the right qualities that they need to be exhibited, I'm attacking them. I'm challenging them. If the leaders in the home are not exhibiting the qualities that they need to exhibit to help nurture this child, I'm attacking them. I'm attacking them in a way that I'm helping them, but I'm attacking them. I'm there to help you out. That's my mission. I'm ready to attack this problem that you're facing. Let me help you out. And then I'm attacking the students as well. I'm attacking their ability or lack of ability to challenge themselves.
Discover the extraordinary powers of intuitive healing with pain transmutation, a method of holistic healing for the human soul, body, mind, and emotions. If you are looking for answers and a deep understanding of how to help yourself and the people around you to live a happier, healthier life, this is the right place for you. Learn how to read your soul's history in the Akashic Records. Remove negative energy attachments from your astral body, and start the process of inner and outer pain transmutation. Join Pain Transmutation Community to get started on the path of intuitive healing. Change your energetic state. Manifest new and exciting experiences. Re-energize your life and build inspiring connections with others in our community.
Once in a decade, a true story comes along that remembers the future. After 6 Amazon bestsellers, I have completed the epic Birth Trilogy, a true story of Earth. By reading the Birth Trilogy, you will journey with the characters from the origin of Earth to its final destiny in a white-knuckle ride that combines the intrigue of Tom Clancy with the epic scope of Prometheus and Interstellar. You will learn more about the purpose of life, the mystery of death, and the true nature of your soul than you thought possible. The Birth Trilogy is now available on Amazon and Kindle. The audio version is a free bonus when you buy buy the paperback, so even if you're not a great reader, don't worry about it. I read it for you. Use the Amazon app today and buy the Birth Trilogy, spelled Bearth, or search for my name. I'm Brooks Agnew.
We are TFR.
My faith in destiny is all I need to prevail.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
And welcome back. Fourth and final segment of the Ironworks kicking off right now.
Nice.
And of course, a big shout out to the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app by Blue Water Bay.
Shout out as
Still
well to
killing.
Mike Stellium7 there in the chat. Your ears must have burned and woke you up, sir. No, you're not sleeping over there. You're all up in the eye of a elephant. But yeah, I answered your question from Wednesday's show over there about the government and the psychedelics. Not going to get into it again. If you missed the first part, that'll give you a reason to go back and watch the first part. So something, yeah. Go watch it, Mike. We did get into it a bit. But yeah, welcome back to the final half of the final half. Right? They'll do it right. I did it. God damn it. Look at me go. I should have went and got coffee, but I got sidetracked. So I'll be sipping slowly. Sipping slowly.
Before the break.
What happened?
I forget what we were talking about even before the break.
I don't want to fire you up again. That's all it took. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
So we have an awesome show planned for tonight.
Yes, we do. We never did say who our guest was.
We talked about
earlier.
it.
We just teased around it, but never said who it would be.
Now, he's been around the scenes for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
But he's more, not so much a content creator. He creates some content. But he's in he's in all the chats, hanging out, supporting, and is always thinking about this stuff. Whenever I'm over there hanging out, we have amazing conversations just about everything. Now, this is like his pet peeve that he'll be covering tonight. We're going to be going over the jet fuel hoax with Ted Summer.
Nice. I was hoping that's what we would get into. I was going to question because I didn't want to watch their presentation and then like say the same shit over and over. So that way I'd come at it fresh. So I'll have to go back and watch.
And it started at like 8:40.
Yeah, it was at a weird time for me too. Yeah.
That's late. When you got to get up
at
4.
Yeah, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Ted Summer will be joining us. I believe this is the first time he's been on any of our platforms here.
With us, for sure. I thought you were going to say anywhere. I was going to say, well, I can't believe that.
No.
As long as he's
definitely seen him other.
Now, we haven't had Ted on. Like you said, he's been in the chats forever, and we shout out to him. And say hey through Karen and all those things. But yeah, we haven't had him on. And then I fucked it up. What, 2 weeks running? Oh, that was one was mine. The other was Josh.
That's right.
Jeremy in chat is asking about the Kaninigan. How do you spell it, Walter?
Here, let me find the channel. I got sidetracked.
Actually,
and you know, he may have been taken down.
We've got a really early show with a show title of Kaninigan at some point somewhere.
We do. Way back. It's Kinn again. I'll get it once.
Nope, I remember having this conversation with Alan Holman and being able to... Big shout out to Alan.
The actual channel name has changed. I figured it would have had to have. It's now Kaninigan Zen Uru. Oh, I hope I didn't summon something. Kinninigan. Doesn't seem like that's the correct spelling. He may have had to change it to keep from getting algorithmically challenged. But anyway, I'll drop the link. But definite his stuff. Now let me say that. Let me go check the videos, make sure I have seen on this new. Yeah, I've watched quite a few of these. Okay, so yeah, he does a lot of paying attention to newscasters, to people in media that are live in some usual news setting, and as they're presenting, something goes awry with their quote unquote camera. And I get it. There are digitization, there's digital compression, there's all kind of artifacts that happen with streaming and video streaming and wireless communication. I know all those things. And then there's other stuff. And that's what he gets into. And it's not all the fake eye blinky. I'm looking at you, Delfino, whatever. It's not that at all. It's really some next level stuff. Wow, I see he's on camera now. That's new. I haven't ever seen him before. Well, if he's on camera now, I'm going to reach out again and see. I had reached out years ago and never got a return and just figured it was, you know, the flat earth knee jerk. So since or him trying to be, you know, secret about it, because over time with his channel, he has been quite attacked. A number of times, helicopters following him, etc. People who do this type of research and reveal this type of content usually have quite a bit of channel problems. So I wasn't sure if we would find him easily, but it went right to it. I'm talking about it. Let me drop the link in the chat. That's actually to his videos, but definitely go sub and drop that for you over there, Andrew and Tom. Somebody else is in there. I don't know who it is, but I see that number has increased. So welcome over there on the fin of the rock. And why not? For shites and giggles, I'm going to drop it here in the empty TFR chat. Oh, we never did tell Angela what was up with the number and the phone and the chat and all that. We kind of just don't really worry too much. Nah, that's not the right way to say it. We're frustrated with worrying about trying to make things work with the TFR issues we have. So having that open is just something we rarely do unless we tell people, hey, lines are open, you guys call in. And that's bad. We should start putting it in. Hopefully they've gotten some of the noise and other issues resolved and we can get that number open and get it active. But right now, with only 20 minutes left and you on the road, I doubt that'll all work out. But there is another line that's always there for you.
That's right. You can text us. You could leave us a voicemail. You could do all sorts of stuff. Hell, you never even know. Sometime, well, not really anymore, but once upon a time, I used to just forward calls from that number right to my cell phone. On the off chance, maybe somebody would call it and I'd be able to pick it up and say howdy.
Pick it right up. Say, hey, I should do that maybe one day. Anyway, if you want to call us at Iron Realm Media directly, quote unquote, it's 304-503-3528. That's 304-503-3528. Call 304-503-3528 now. That's 304-503-FLAT.
Sorry about that.
Absolutely.
That one got away from me.
So, Kenenigan, go check it out.
Ted Summer on tonight.
Summer on tonight.
Up about Ted too is he's looking at this with a critical eye. Now we've all heard things, and we get excited. No trees on flat Earth. The Titans. There's all these different things, these possibilities. But no jet fuel. All these different things. But people don't do the research. That's what I love about Mike, Stellium 7. He didn't say, oh, that mountain just looks like an elephant. It's an elephant.
Yep.
No. He put boots on the ground. Went to the mountain, went up in the mountain, went and looked around and gathered data, collected data, and then made a decision about it. And that's what I like about Ted. He looked at this jet fuel hoax thing, and he knows people in the industry, stuff like that. And he's like, hey, they are putting fuel on these planes, people. It's happening, and he points out, we've talked about it before, but I haven't seen his, presentation as of late. But yeah, he brings up some really good, strong facts and arguments and data, stuff like that. To where there's other people that just go and say things and go off down these long rabbit holes, but there's no meat and potatoes to any of it. It's just looking at a picture and making a claim. And that's the one thing I love about, Ted is he actually went deep into this. Like Mike went deep into the elephant. You have to live it to know. You can't just see something and say it and then it's real.
So this is more of a jet fuel hoax show.
Yeah, jet fuel hoax. Yeah.
That's good. That makes me happy. I was looking at one of those silly memes on Facebook last week. Got the picture of the airplane, got the picture of the fuel tanker. It's like, yeah, well, you hold 16 of these fuel tankers on each wing. And when you look at the picture, it looks fucking ridiculous. Like, there's no way. But then I got to looking at the picture again. I thought, well, they're not going to put the tires, right? They're not putting tires in the fucking wing, so we can just cut off all the tires off those tankers. And it's not like they max out the capacity on all those fuel tankers, right? They don't just fill her to the top and run. So it's not like you could put the whole tanker in there. So once you start figuring out maybe half, 3/4 full on those tankers, and I mean, fuck, I don't know. Those wings are pretty fucking big. Could it be possible? Absolutely. I think it's one thing to say, if you look at the size of these tankers and how do you fit these tankers worth of fuel into these wings? But you're looking at the whole tanker, the wheels, the trailer, the everything. If you take into account how much that actually holds, and I don't remember what the numbers were, but I could absolutely see it happening. And I can't imagine they're running around trying to pretend to do this shit just in an attempt to perpetuate a jet fuel hoax. So it makes a lot more sense that they are filling up. They're using it at least for startup, for some things. I mean, I don't know. But I'm glad to see somebody taking a real common sense approach to it and not just saying, oh, yeah, that makes sense to me. That must be true. It's true because it makes sense to me that there are people that are willing to go that extra step and put forth a little bit of effort.
I can't wait because, like I said, the one thing that really intrigued me, and I'll bring this up again later tonight, is when I watched the lady testing the plane tanks with air pressure, which is not how you test liquid capacity. It's just not. I did it for 7 or 8 years. Anyway, we'll talk about that this evening. I don't want to get off on that right now. Shout out to Aurorian. I probably said that wrong. Aurorian. Anyway, welcome to the show. Thank you for listening there at work. Hope we're keeping you entertained in the middle of the madness of your day. Thank you for being here. And the rest of you, but I just noticed someone listening from work. I know a lot of us do, but it was a name I didn't immediately recognize, and I like to be welcoming. And I'm just trying to catch up in chat like I do often.
Yeah, and when I was doing the research on maybe building this giant rectenna, this thing to collect energy from Earth, and they said the copper wire would have to be 4,000 so many miles long, and this and that. And I was thinking, oh my God, it would be astronomically huge. This build, just the copper alone, 900,000 pounds of copper. It's impossible. It can't be done. And then I started researching buildings, and you look at the Sears Tower, and there's over 25,000 miles of copper wire in there. And I was doing it at the thinnest copper wire possible, which I doubt they use for their wiring in the Sears Tower, So when you think about it, these things, and then you go and actually look in reality, weights and stuff like that, and amounts of stuff, you got to see it from that point of view, from that perspective. You have to get the right, because I thought, it'd have to be enormous. 900,000 pounds of copper wire, the structure would just have to be, taller than the Eiffel Tower, but it doesn't. 25,000 miles in the Sears Tower alone of just copper wire. So yeah, when we talk about large quantities of things and this and that, you really have to get a comparison of what that would actually look like or possibly look like. Because just saying, 900,000 pounds of copper, 4,000 miles long, you can't fathom that. That's like saying a quadrillion anything. It's just not. If you've never compared it to something before that already has that, then at least my way of thinking, I over exaggerate everything when it comes to stuff like that. I was thinking it would have to be, 3 Sears Towers tall and blah, blah, blah. Pyramid was the base. No. I was wrong. A little bit of research, I realized, that's well within the realms of possibility. So yeah, just go into this, tonight with an open mind. Hey, maybe I didn't look at all the different angles and, ways of looking at this. Yeah, it's just something to think about. Okay, that rant's over too. Sorry.
It's awesome, sir. Sorry. I just got a bit of fuel for thought. Aha. See what I did there. Tommy and chat bringing to light something called Leighton O'Brien technology that I am doing a bit of research on. And hopefully before we get to the show tonight, I'll know a bit more about essentially the history and usage of this. Because granted, what I was doing was completely not at all testing fuel tanks. What I was doing was testing heat exchangers, which had, lots of different stuff going on. So I will definitely say touche, good sir, and be more informed and look into this a bit more before the show tonight. So thank you, Tommy.
Yeah, and Tommy's another guy who
told
a long time ago about the jet fuel hoax, because he, he's been there. He's seen it with his own eyes, the trucks and stuff. I mean, he knows what's going on in there. And these are the type of people you have to talk to, the people who have boots on the ground that are there, that see it, that actually, work in that industry. Just like there's so many people that are like the media of today. Well, on Twitter, someone said that supposedly this happened. That's not research. That's not, doing your due diligence. go talk to the people that Twitter said this. You don't listen to third hand. Go get it from the horse's mouth.
What is that?
Yeah, if I don't know, that's short notice. If you're free tonight, Tommy, I'm sure Ted would love to have you jump on and help him out with this, because I know you guys have talked about it. And
Yeah, that would be epic, Tommy. If you're around this evening, I know, dude, you're a busy guy. My God, between what you do and what you have to do, you're always going, friend.
Yeah, we could do it on an AM show if that'd be more.
It's easier, yeah. But yeah, if you're around this evening, I mean, even if it's an hour later, 2 hours later, we'll probably be going for a while. So if you get home or get in or whatever the case is, definitely hop in, hit us up.
So yeah, you got to look at everything with open eyes. It's great, to have an open mind. But then once you look at something,
what?
What's up, Mike?
What? What's up, Mike? Uh-oh. We hear your phone, Mike. We're not hearing you. What you're apparently hearing is our good buddy Mike Stellium 7 going live with his phone. There he is. Or not. Damn it. Well, we're not getting you, Mike. We're not getting you. And I wondered who raised their hand earlier. I saw the thing pop up, but I didn't know what it was because I was in another. Hey, there he is.
There he is. What's up, Mike?
Can you hear us?
Yeah. We apparently it takes a while for the sound to get through the elephant bone head area into the eye socket. I'm assuming that's where he's at. I don't know.
That's why that little quarter moon piece on the side is missing. If it were there still, then you'd be able to hear us real well.
I don't even know what you said. But yeah, sorry we can't get you in, man. I mean, we hear the noise and we kind of hear you for a second, and then
I'm not sure if he's here.
I don't know if he's hearing us or not either. I'm trying to go to his channel and see if he's actually going live there or not. What you do? Let me see. Hold on. Live radio at its best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him live on his channel, so he must just be trying to get in on the call while he's out and about.
I've been watching a lot of Dave Weiss interviews again lately. I go through like stages.
Right, you get on one person's gig and stay there for a while. I do the same thing. That's why I get so backed up on other people's stuff. I get locked in on something and I go down the rabbit hole with them. And then, 2 months later, I'm like, oh, have y'all heard about this? And everybody's already way above me on it. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get Mike to actually be here with us, even though he is here with us. It's just not working out, man. And you, sir, are always welcome, as you know.
Heck yeah.
Can you hear me now?
There he is. We hear you now.
Oh, miraculous.
How are you, friend?
Hi there. You told me I had a permanent invitation, so I thought I'd come in on the link. You guys were talking about the jet fuel thing, and I had a couple of things I wanted to just contribute to that conversation.
Absolutely, sir. Now, I will give you a heads up. You only have maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
I'll be quick. So the first thing is I have a patient who's a pilot who flies the biggest of the Boeings for, I think it was the number 2 airline in the world. And he's totally on board with the flat earth thing. And I sent him lots of information about the jet fuel hoax. And he just wasn't having that. And he started talking about fuel consumption and the amount and the size of the wings and whatnot. He was very open to a lot of things, but he just like that one didn't make any sense. And then I talked to him about, the idea of this kind of vortex technology that maybe once they're up at cruising speeds, that there's a compression of air that's happening. And it's actually they're not burning fuel most of the time. They're just using the fuel to take off and land, and maybe if they need to speed up when they're in the air or something like that. But he wasn't having it. And then in the Discord, there's another guy that he's a high-level engineer. He was doing CAD/CAM work where he was examining the size of the specifications of the wings and actually how much they contain. And he basically broke it all down with CAD and mathematics and showed that it was a perfect match from what they were saying to what was actually being consumed and how much the wings could actually contain. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. So I haven't seen this thing that Karen B did, and I guess you guys are going to talk about it in another stream soon.
Yeah, later this evening on our Have No Spear, the afternoon show, which I guess for you would be late at night, right? If I remember right.
That's like
about 11 hours from right now.
Time.
Yeah,
Brutal.
that's right. But yeah, definitely it's going to be interesting. And we've all seen a lot of stuff, and not just on videos, but some of us have seen some crazy shit in real life with airplanes. And I understand visual things can make things appear to be not moving and all of that, but yeah, seeing some crazy shit. But again, if you can hang around and see us, I can't even talk. Try to come hang out if you can. How about that?
Sounds fun. Well, if I'm up and about, I will maybe jump in and say hi, but otherwise I'll listen to you guys.
Well, I'm so glad
it was a
you hopped
blast
on.
having you over there, watching you hanging out over there with Campbell on Autodidactic the other day. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was great. I have you guys to thank for that, setting up that conversation we all had together. That was a lot of fun, and Campbell's.
And it was a
great
blast
guy
watching
and
you go
fun to talk
live from the eye there, literally, as we were leaving and you were coming on. That was awesome to hand it off to you in the eye of the storm, literally. So, but we're literally about to hit our music and get out of here. So thank you, everybody. Please be over there this afternoon. Check out Ted with us, and hopefully Tommy. Love you guys. Thank y'all.
Love you guys. You guys have a great rest of your week. Hopefully we'll see you right back here this evening for Have No Sphere. Special guest, Ted Summer. It's going to be a great conversation. I'm really looking forward to it. Big thanks to Stellium 7 Mike. Really appreciate you hopping in on here. That's exactly why you have that link, just for that reason. You guys have a great weekend. Be good, be well. We'll see you next week.